Okay, thanks a lot. Many Professor Nelson Braga, Jacob Sonnenschein, and Dmitry Melnikov for this great opportunity to be here. And also to the kind and very effective staff. Thank you very much. And I will start my presentation. Indeed, I will paraphrase Veronica Rubeni in a seminar that I attended. She said, before explaining the title of my talk, what the title of my talk is, I will introduce the Casadio Fábio Matsakurati Blackstring Solutions by saying what fluid gravity is not. After, I will try to apply it in fluid gravity. I will try to investigate such kind of black brain solutions by using fluid gravity. So the first part, I will present a gentle introduction concerning black strings hydrodynamics and how to find the final state of such kind of black strings. They are quite different from the Schwarzschild black strings, the standard black strings, but you see that they are not so much different. After I present this solution, the so-called the Casadio Fábio Matsakurati black strings, and we'll turn into the fluid gravity correspondency by investigating the Kube formula for such kind of black brains, not the Schwarzschild ADS, but such kind of black brains. I'll do some explicit calculation. I hope that will not be so boring, but just 4 minutes of explicit calculations concerning such the Coveton-Son-Starinietz lower bound of that regards the shear viscosity to entropy density ratio. And optimistically, I would say that there is some theoretical prediction of the post-Newtonian parameters. But realistically, I would say that we can maybe prove a conjecture involving the ADS Schwarzschild black brain. Then we know that in low, let us say low energies, the string action is given by some kind of Maxwell field. All such Greek indexes are indeed higher dimensional indexes. But here, strategically, I put such Greek indexes. This is a general action that originates black strings, the black string solutions. Here is phi is related to some dilaton, the Kalb-Raumon field, Maxwell field, scalar, the scalar of Riemann scalar of curvature, and the cosmological constant. These are the equations of motion, and this is the standard example of a black string. Indeed, Horowitz has a very didactic paper. I think it's called The Dark Side of the Universe, the Black Strings. This is a figure that is in this paper. Well, the black string, this is the event horizon of the standard black string, and this can be considered our universe. This circle depicts a black hole, and by calculating the Kretschmann scalar, they found such singularity that emulates the Schwarzschild singularity on the brain, but it's a line of singularity into the extra dimension. This is the classical Schwarzschild black string. Let's call it the standard black string by historic reasons. That is, we cannot in some formulations, not concerning the standard black strings, but from realistic black strings, we don't need to know. We don't know indeed the bulk structure, and indeed, in some cases, we don't need to know the global structure of the bulk, but we can investigate what is happening in the bulk near the brain. And near the brain, if I denote by Y the extra dimension, then we can calculate, we can compute the metric, the bulk metric along the extra dimension based solely upon the bulk metric. It's very useful to probe information of the bulk very near the brain, very near the brain. And this letter, the symbol denotes the Lie derivative that in Gaussian coordinates, it stands for just the derivative with respect to the extra dimension. Some interesting results can be obtained. For example, when there is vacuum on the brain, we can obtain the bulk metric in terms of the metric on the brain. Well, we can argue ourselves, where is the bulk information? The bulk information is encrypted, is encoded in the Weyl tensor. The Weyl tensor, indeed, the electric part of the Weyl tensor, it carries informations, non-local informations. It carries information on the non-local features of the bulk. Yes, I'll say about it. Yeah, this no, because as we are very near the brain, I have in this paper we calculated the up to order 13th, but it's okay. It's a Taylor series, but as a Taylor series, it's very useful, very near the brain. We can provide some nice, some precise explanations for black hole accretion and for the such very old problem of why the quasar's luminosity varies, and we can explain it by corrections of the black holes by such black strings. Such violation of cosmic the cosmic principle is related to the papers of Lehner Pretorius, that they analyze the final state of such black strings. On such, exactly on such formulation, we don't know still, on such formalism, concerning such formalism, we don't know the final state because it holds near the brain. So we don't know still the final state. We compute explicitly the perturbations, the Gregor-Laflamme perturbations. I will go there now. Well, the so-called the Casadio, Fabry, Mazzacurati solutions. It's a really a long but a robust story. They analyzed the effective Rojava-Witten theory, but with hypothesis that in free space, Einstein equations are these ones, but if we regard tension on the brain, of course there is some tension on the brain because we have a cosmological constant in our universe. So it's very reasonable to consider such brain tension, such kind of equations. And so this is the difference between, for example, Schwarzschild black hole solutions and the Casadio, Fábio Matsakurati solutions. And their motivation was the following. Well, we expected that the weak field approximation of the Einstein equations would be the Newtonian potential. Yes, it's expected. But ultimately, nature should answer what is expected or not. We can, at most, bound the weak field approximation of general relativity. And there are two experiments, indeed one experiment and one observation, that bounds precisely any post-Newtonian approximation of the Schwarzschild solution. Then one of them is the very long baseline interferometry, and the another is the Cassini probe that is very well explained in such paper by Clifford Will, that a light ray that passes, there is a path of a photon. Yes, the Cassini probe. And the variation of the angle is given by such formula, where beta is the post-Newtonian parameter. Such post-Newtonian parameter, this is the observational bound of the post-Newtonian parameter, and this is the experimental bound of the post-Newtonian parameter. It is, beta mais beta indeed should be very near the unity, beta minus 1, 0.00023. Yes? So we cannot say that the general relativity is the right, is of course a right limit of any theory. And I'm not here to advocate any kind of scalar tensor theory for gravity. Indeed, I don't like such theory. Sorry if someone of you like. But, for example, Brans-Dicke theory, such parameter beta equals 1 plus omega, where omega is the Brans-Dicke theory. And according to such observation, such Brans-Dicke theory parameter should be more than 40,000. So such scalar tensor theories for gravity are less, and even less likely to be right. So sorry if someone likes it, but the experiments and observations don't like it so much. So the idea of Casadio, Fábio Matsakurati was the following. It was a kind of stubbornness concerning the Schwarzschild solution. Why to fix such a metric? It's a static spherically symmetric metric, but why to fix f of r equals a of r? So due to their stubbornness, this hypothesis is compatible when you consider five-dimensional Einstein equations and project such equations on the brane by using the celebrated Shiromizu-Sasaki-Maeda procedure. Then this equation is the effective field equations on the brane. Then such such CFM solutions, they satisfy the well-known part of Einstein four-dimensional equations, but this is, but of course there is some extra terms. Mainly, the most important is the electric part of the Weyl term that carries information on the book. But everything is projected on the brane. Then this is the first solution, the first CFM solution. That if you this part is exactly the Schwarzschild part of the metric, but this is the part of the new solution that is not equal Schwarzschild. But look, if you assume that such beta equals 1, this is exactly the numerator, and we can cut such term because it's inside the horizon event. So it will not be a 0 over 0. It will be a completely definite expression. They found such solution. It's very interesting to analyze the Hawking temperature of such solution. From the, indeed, such limit is due the Viking probe. I think this limit is from 1976. And the Cassini probe is the, together with such VBLI experiment, this is the most strong bound that such a post-Newtonian parameter has. Sorry, it's wrong here. It's not beta. It's beta minus 1. It's beta minus 1. Okay? So this experimentally, this term is very small, and but the properties of the black holes and the black strings are very interesting, because we have now, besides the zero, like the Schwarzschild solution, we have this solution. Of course, as this metric depends on the parameter beta, that is the post-Newtonian parameter, this singularity, of course, is for the Hawking temperature equals 0. Then beta equals 5 over 4, yes. They are physical singularities because the Kretschmann scalar diverges. So there is, for such solutions, there is a new physical singularity. There is still another solution that is very similar to the previous solution, but is also there is also, look, if you look at the Schwarzschild-like part of this solution, this second solution there is also some post-Newtonian approximation. So. Yes. No. Yes, but no. Look, yes. Yes. Because. No. It's a black hole. No, indeed, it's a black hole. But this is a solution that is effectively not the four-dimensional solution, but is a four-dimensional effective solution of Rojava-Witten theory. So I'm not so sure that Birkhoff theorem will have the same hypothesis in such situation. Mm-hmm. Yes. Then we have such second solution, and as we would like, this is the Newtonian potential. That is the weak field approximation of general relativity. Yes, we would like, and nature will dictate what it is and what is not. The only thing that we can assert up to now is that such beta minus 1 is of order 10 to minus 4. It's the only thing that we can assert right now that matches experience, the VLBI experiment. Then we can jump into the Gregor-Laflamme perturbations. If we, well, such perturbation, they satisfy some kind of wave equation where the operator is the Lichnerovich operator. And this is exactly the figures of such paper. But not so recently, indeed 140 years ago, they found what is called nowadays the plateau-Rayleigh instability. That depending on the viscosity of the fluid, any fluid can drop into the final state of tap water can be drops, not the jet of water. In such paper, Lehner and Pretorius, it was indeed a very nice course at ICTP this year about how to calculate it. They proved the following: depending upon the fluid viscosity, the transversal section of the tap water is exactly our universe, the brain itself. And then this, from top to bottom, is the extra dimension. They proved in this paper that the black string can be, after some tiny perturbation, can be still a black string, can be the final state, an object that is still the solution of five-dimensional Einstein equations, but of course with higher entropy. But also can be a mixed state between a filamental central black string and some black holes as satellites. Then we can also perform the same for the Casadeo-Fábio-Mazzacurati black string. We have our black string, and we plug a time perturbation of such black string as the Lene-Pretorius procedure, and try to find what will happen. What will happen is the following: it depends very severely upon the post-Newtonian parameter. Although such parameters are very tiny, they are very close to the unity, the final state of such kind of black strings, they are affected by such post-Newtonian parameter. Then, from left to right is the time ellipses from left to right. Then the final state at finite time, the final state of such kind of black strings are also drops. And a very interesting, of course, as we can see from this graphic, there is the formation of a throat, and then such black string. This is our brain. This, from top to bottom, is the extra dimension. Then such black string drops into black holes of bigger entropy. And a very interesting effect happens, that such transition between black string and a final black hole with high entropy, and such filamental black string with satellite black holes occur on such transition happen in such regime. There's nothing to do with the experimental and observational bounds of the post-Newtonian parameter, because in 5 dimension we don't have such bounds. And also, this is, it's just some kind of numerology up to here, because here, such transition occurs on such bound. So there's nothing to do with the 4-dimensional space, but it's an interesting aspect of such kind of black strings. But as paraphrasing again Veronica Ubeni, this is not fluid gravity, but it's a very gentle introduction for such Casadeo-Fábio-Mazzacurati solutions. From the fluid gravity correspondence side, we know that the bulk dynamics is ruled by Einstein equations, and the boundary by some equation for a fluid. Then I will explore mainly such 3 lines, such red lines of the dictionary between bulk and boundary, and mainly, explicitly, the horizon response properties. And from the bulk, if I perturb the horizon, the black hole horizon of such kind of black strings, what will happen with the transport coefficients, what is governed by the so-called the KSS bound. Well, such KSS bound is considered in a large toothed coupling, in a strong coupling regime. And here I would denote the eta is the viscosity, the shear viscosity, S denotes the entropy density. Such ratio is greater or equal 1 over 4 pi. There is, of course, physical units that are considered here upon 1. This bound is universal for a very large class of strongly coupled plasma. In particular, any kind of quantum field theory, even with finite temperature, chemical potential, but the only hypothesis is that it must consist of at least a single component of spin 0 or of spin 0 or spin 1 particles. Look, if someone is not comfortable with such inequality, that's why I put such inequality. Is greater or equal. Okay, so when there is the equality, it also holds. That's why I prefer to put such inequality instead of the equality that, of course, holds for Einstein gravity. Well, I told already about such experimental and observational limits, and the strategy here is the following. Can we consider some black-brain solution that is different from the ADS, the Schwarzschild ADS solution? And if it will be possible, such ratio can bound our parameter on the bulk. I advance that has nothing to do with our universe, indeed. So it would be a huge coincidence if we get some bound of such type, because it does not mean anything. It's a five-dimensional black hole. It does not mean anything. We cannot measure such black hole. So the strategy is to consider such ratio now to define the Casadillo-Farmasacurati ADS black brains. Well, in the textbook, it's written that we can consider a set of operators and an action, and this will be the green function associated to the operators, and this is the essence of how to calculate such horizon perturbations of the black holes. So this figure is from Natsumi's book. I'll consider then the horizon perturbations, the black hole horizon perturbations, and see what happens with the associated fluid in the boundary. Well, the energy, the value of the energy momentum tensor can be expanded in some series where such objects are the retarded anypoint correlators, and the fluid response, the fluid will respond with such two equations that govern the fluid. For the zeroth order, it's precisely the energy moment tensor of some fluid. Everyone knows such expression. So we can go to the first order in the derivatives where there are dissipative terms. No, I will derive. Yes, I will derive. This is the projection along the fluid, and how to perturb such horizon. I will consider as, in particular, in Natsumi's book, a perturbation that is on the plane XY, and investigate the first order energy moment tensor. Moreover, in the rest frame, the only contribution of the covariant derivative is given by the derivative of such perturbation. We can still compute the Fourier transform, and by perturbing the Lagrangian, we arrive at the analogy between the first line of such section and how to perturb the energy moment tensor. And this is the textbook way on how to derive the celebrated green cube formula. As some limit of the imaginary part, there is a minus sign, of the imaginary part of such green function when such modes has zero frequency. It's expected that the Schwarzschild ADS black hole is the unique static asymptotically ADS black hole solution of vacuum gravity with a negative cosmological constant. But this has not been proven. I will not claim that I will prove it here, but almost. I mean, it's undeniable that it is, and it will be clear in the last slide. So, Maldacena, please see such paper for more details. But this is the standard Schwarzschild ADS black brain that is indeed a strong coupling limit where the brain curves the space-time and source the black tree brane geometry. Indeed, we can be as stubborn as Casadio in 2002, and also we can argue the following: why to consider such like the Schwarzschild solution? Why to consider such term on the time component of the metric and such radial component of the metric the same? Why? It's very standard such procedure, but we can be a little stubborn, and we don't need to. I mean, what will happen if we consider not such solution, but this solution? Now, look, such time component of the metric is not equal like the Schwarzschild, but it's some two functions. Then the receipt is to plug into the Einstein field equations, and then to see what will be the solutions for such equations. See, Nelson. Yes. But if there will be, yes, but if there will be something else on the framework, maybe, I'm just speculating, maybe we could find such kind of equations. Yes, yes. It is the same. We will be asymptotically ADS space, but there is something else. Remember that that is the initial motivation of Casadio was to depart from general relativity and consider the brane tension. That's why such two solutions are different from the Schwarzschild solution. So I'm not arguing that it's exactly Einstein solutions, but there's some extra field. I will say more about it. Please, to see such bound, such equality, and how to obtain such black string, please see Nastasi's book. It's a masterpiece of explaining how to do it. Yes, but if we substitute such solution in Einstein equation, if we plug such kind of solution in Einstein equation, whenever that such functions will satisfy such equation, it will be still a solution of Einstein equation. Whenever. Then a possible solution will be this solution. Up to now, if, of course, such beta, I strategically put such beta the same symbol for the post-Newtonian parameter at the four-dimensional Casadio-Fábio-Mazzacurati solution. But up to now, it's a free parameter, and it satisfies Einstein equations. But yes, such solution satisfies such equations, it satisfies Einstein equation. So there was, for 3 days, there was a big hope, because, for example, such seminar by Nelson. Yesterday, he explored the Schwarzschild ADS black hole, and Shamon, Botomon, and so on. So there was new hope, but just for 3 days. What happened is that such bound, such Covitan Son-Starinitz bound, make our choice, such choice. I will prove that such bound, the KSS bound, restricts such beta, and such beta must be of the order 10 to minus 4 also. And I repeat, there's nothing to do. It's at least it's a numerical coincidence. I'm not saying that such parameter is our post-Newtonian parameter that is measured by Cassini probe. No, it's just another parameter, but I adopted the same letter. But our freedom is very our happiness elapsed 3 days up to imposing the KSS bound. We found that such will be effectively the Schwarzschild ADS black brain. So if we decide to be stubborn enough to assume solutions of such type and plug into Einstein equations and see what happens, the KSS bound will say, no, you cannot do it. You arrive at the Schwarzschild ADS black brain. And the textbook asserts the following. Such perturbations, if I call such perturbations of just such field that depends upon the XY coordinate, it's just a perturbation on the XY plane, but time dependent. And if I consider the mode equation and compute the Fourier transform, I arrive at such expression where V is some awkward potential that I didn't write here, but it depends on such solution. Then we calculate the Green function, calculate such limit, and apply the KSS bound. The result for it is the following. For first order, for the expansion of the energy momentum tensor of first order, mu nu, zero order plus first order. Our results imply that such parameter is very close the unity. And if someone here is not comfortable with with such sign of the equality, if you consider the equality, is even better because such strip will collapse into a single line. But it is around 1.1. I repeat, there's nothing to do with our word, okay? But it's curious that is near unit 2. But this is out of the such observational bound. Of course, it's just a numerology. It has nothing to do with the measure post-Newtonian parameter. But we can try to go to the second order calculations. We do the same. We do the second order calculations to analyze the horizon perturbations and see how the corresponding fluid will respond. And in such papers are the receipt book for calculating such quantities that depend upon the second order in derivatives. But now we should calculate all such transport coefficients. And that is here the shear tensor, the vorticity tensor, and how to calculate the transport coefficients for the students here. Such paper for Arnold and by Jorge Noronha is the best. It's another masterpiece of how to calculate explicitly such coefficients. I think that here, I don't remember if here is the paper of anisotropy or not, but it's a very detailed and clear, crystal clear way to learn how to calculate such coefficients. And now, look at which interesting. We have huge range for black hole masses on the bulk, of course. And now the KSS bound bounds a lot the such ADS bulk black hole. Sorry, the Casadinho-Masakurati bulk black hole. And again, for the fourth time, I repeat that this is just a coincidence. But, well, at least I can say that it's a coincidence, that the KSS bound regards the same bound for the post-Newtonian parameter that we observe in our fourth dimension. But of course, it's a coincidence. Then the KSS bound provides such bound for any post-Newtonian approximation of the Schwarzschild ADS black brane, and in some optimistic way, we can say that maybe such KSS bound might provide some hint on experimental and observational quantities on our universe. This, I must admit, that is completely speculative. But if we consider other kind of black brains that imitates such black brains, they are inspired on the McVitie solution. And also we find that such black brains, they have such, they impose such bound for the brain tension. Again, there's nothing to do with our four-dimensional universe, but the units, but it's the same bound. Up to now, it's a numerical coincidence. But at least it's a numerical coincidence. So such claim that we might provide a bound for the post-Newtonian approximation that agrees with the experimental bound measure, but it's just a speculation. But maybe you can prove such, let us say, conjecture that Schwarzschild ADS is the only effective metric in such kind of holographic theory. Because, look, I should never do it, returning the slides, but I apologize. But look, we see here that up to second order in the tensor energy momentum tensor, this is very close to the unity, very close. So we can approximate the constructed Casadeo-Farmasakurati ADS black brain. We can use some approximations. If such beta is very near is very close to the unity, then this Casadeo-Farmasakurati ADS black brain has such formula, can be approximated by such formula. So we see that the second order, if you consider the second order expansion of the energy momentum tensor, well, indeed, all the second order, up to second order, we find such kind of metric. That is exactly the Schwarzschild ADS black brain, but here there is some epsilon that is less or equal 10 to minus 4 if you consider such kind of bound, or exactly 10 to minus 4 of order if you consider just the equality. So I should say that indeed such any kind of new black brain should be effectively Schwarzschild ADS, because here such epsilon is near 10 to minus 4, here also 10 to minus 4. So this is effectively the ADS Schwarzschild black brain. As a further test, we could also calculate the third order approximation. And the only difference is that such epsilon, instead of being 10 to minus 4, is now 10 to minus 5. And then I didn't do the fourth order, and I'll never do the fourth order. Forget, I spend months to do it. But it seems that it's a very robust indication that the only black brain, the only possible black brain is the Schwarzschild ADS black brain. So somehow the explicit calculation show it, that somehow the post-Newtonian approximation of any black brain provides a bound that's very near such bound, indeed, and any another metric is effectively Schwarzschild ADS black hole. Thank you. Yes. Uh-huh. Whenever such equation will be satisfied, it is. Mm-hmm. Indeed, the Penrose diagrams, not of the bulk black hole, but indeed the four-dimensional black holes, The Penrose diagrams are not exactly equal. The ADS, um, the Schwarzschild black holes, the Schwarzschild Penrose diagrams for the Penrose diagrams for Schwarzschild black holes, but it's still a maximally symmetric. But I mean, up to here was a was was a hope that we could apply it, for example, for such things that Nelson explained yesterday. This is a solution of Einstein equations, but indeed we prove that by still no already in the second order formalism, we prove that such beta is very close to the unity. If you consider the equality of such bound, it's such triple collapse more or less here. So it's at least it's inside coincidentally. It's a numerology. It's coincident with such bound of the post-Newtonian parameter of our universe. But the usefulness of such bound for the bulk black hole is that as it is very close to the unity, this metric, any kind of a different metric, if you assume such two quantities different, such beta minus 1 will cancel, such numerator and denominator. Such will be of order 10 to minus 5, 10 to minus 4 indeed, and this will be effectively the Schwarzschild ADS black hole. Then, although it's a mathematical solution, there is unfortunately the KSS, a new solution. There is the Covitan-Sohn-Starinietz bound that dictates that any post-Newtonian parameter should be like of such magnitude on the bulk. This is just a coincidence. I don't see any relationship between the bulk black hole and our universe. I don't see. But it's a curious coincidence. But anything, although it's a free parameter, the KSS bound turns this parameter very, very close to the unity. And then any kind of new solution will be effectively Schwarzschild ADS. I think that it's my opinion. I didn't do explicitly up to the end the calculations, but I think there is another solution as the second solution in our four-dimensional space-time. But I also think that the KSS bound will force such extra parameter to be close to 0, 10 to minus 4. I don't know the magnitudes, but it seems that we cannot escape the Schwarzschild ADS. Now, such let us say such conjecture. It's the sketch of some numerical proof of it. It's drafted here. You know. For the black brain. For the black, no, I have the expressions. It's on my laptop. I can show you, but I don't have it here. It depends on the beta, of course. I think to the fourth. Yes, I think it's a constant. It's a constant. Up to here, it's just a new solution of Einstein equations. If we don't admit that such function should be equal to another function, but such bound exists. And such bound does not give us freedom. So such bound asserts that such beta minus 1 is close to the unity to the 10 to minus 4. So this is effectively the unity. No, yes, it should be this constant to the fourth. The correction to the Ricci scalar will be it's a constant very closer to the unity. Yes, very close to the unity. Maybe in the second order, by considering the second order approximation, improvement, sorry, I think it will be 10 to minus 7, I don't know. Okay. Yes. Yes, but indeed, such two new solution is just any by plugging such solution in the Einstein equations, any solution, any two such functions that satisfy such equation will be a solution. This is indeed the Einstein equation. Yes. I took just one, just to fix. I mean, it's just one. Yes. But I mean, I would like to. I should emphasize here that up to here is just a mathematical solution and could be a new solution, but effectively is not. Effectively, the KSS bound makes it to be the unity. So such term is 10 to minus 4. And then we can cancel such term. And then the metric will be such metric. You know? So it's somehow unuseful to consider such solution, but we can prove such conjecture. I mean, mathematicians will not like my sentence, but numerically we can sketch such proof. Yeah, exactly. And then such strips collapse to a line, and then it becomes epsilon equals 10 to minus 5, because this is this is the KSS bound written in another form, you know? Yes, of course, because look, in second order, I found 10 to minus 4, and after in third order, I found 10 to minus 5. Yes, I expect that if 6, 7, 8, it will be 10 to minus 13, and that's it. So it's proven. I mean, it's not proven. Sorry, mathematician. Yes. You say you no you say about the search solution. Yes, it's quite. I mean, you have look. Yes, look, you have the yes the first equations. No, this is the first equation here. The first equation of the seminar. I mean, one of the first. Not this. Yes, I'll show. This. These are the equations. The Schwarzschild solution is one very simple solution of these equations. But you should plug such solution on such equations. And we can, of course, consider thereafter a lot of terms zero as we can. It will be still solutions, but I plugged into such solutions. Yes, can be. No, yes. But look, just if you consider, if you consider the rich scalar as the gravity part of the Lagrangian, if you consider Gauss-Bonnet, Lagrangian, the KSS bound will be something like 4 over 25 pi. Sorry, this is anisotropy, and the Gauss-Bonnet will be like 1 over 4 pi, 1 minus such coefficient, lambda 3. Will be its opposite, yes? Yes. And then there is violations, but not when the Einstein part of the Lagrangian is just a rich scale. There's no. Yes. Yes, indeed, what we tried is because the original Casadil-Farmasakurat solutions, they are solutions in Rojava-Witten theory. Then such paper by Becker, and Schwartz, it indicates a way to go from Rojava-Witten to B. Then by exploring such duality, we would like to connect the original solution with our solutions. And in such original solution, the Einstein equations take into account the brane tension that is, by such fine-tuning, is related to the cosmological constant. Then we try to do such reverse path that is taught in Becker and Schwartz's book. Okay. Thank you.